Just how chaotic could 200 Days of Dinkum possibly be? Well, in this movie, the mayhem will never stop. Welcome to 200 Days of Dinkum, the movie.
You know what? I could go for a mullet. Because I could pull it off. Well, I know I could pull it off.
Somehow, I doubt that. Coming up with a beautiful name of Flaming Tapas, we just won't go on about how unoriginal the other name is. Apparently, I lived in a prison, and the only way to escape was to hitch a ride with a random granny. The granny's name was Fletch, and we didn't really get off on the right foot.
Right person for the... Oh, shut up with that laugh. Go away.
In return for the ride, I had to build an entire village for her. This is why you check the terms and conditions, especially when granny is blushing and staring into my soul.
Matt. Oh my god. Okay.
Placing down the town hub on this beautiful beach.
Why are you so in my face?
Receiving my own tent, and my first instinct was to run away. Sadly, I knew I shouldn't go too far, as quests are a thing. So I set up camp just far enough away that I couldn't see Granny blushing.
Tent placed down. Talk to Fletch. Crap, gotta run back. Whoops. This poop. Roo poo. Okay, we'll get some roo poo.
I returned to Granny, and she told me a tale. There was this bloomin' legend who apparently traded a paperclip for a steamboat.
That is bollocks. Absolutely bollocks.
John was his name, and he wanted to set up a shop here on Flaming Tapas.
If he can, I need to be in good graces of him if he can, get a paperclip to a steamboat. And people can buy their wares while looking out at the sea. See, I am an architectural genius.
Then Granny gave me her father's journal, and the journal contained milestones. For each milestone I complete, I'll be given permit points, but I'll get to that later.
Berries on this tree. Limes.
Giving Granny the limes, and in return, she taught me how to create a campfire.
You received some rock. Cool. Let's go catch some bugs. Bugs. Oh, I have stamina.
Heading back to my tent, placing my sleeping bag in the corner, putting down my campfire, and chilling out while cooking my bush limes.
How long does it take to cook? Oh, I'm on fire. Get me in the water. Is that a shark? He has got teeth. Bye, jump in. Oh, he is! Oh, he's gonna be okay. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
Going for a more peaceful option of catching a scarlet Jezebel butterfly, while the game was trying to tell me to go to sleep.
Stay warm. I can't just sit around.
So, while running around, I got chased by a crocodile, watched a scrap between a row and a few dogs, then got chased once again.
Get me out.
Taking a little swim, learning I could dive underwater. Finally returning to my hut around 5, heading to bed, unlocking my first achievement. Sadly, I didn't catch enough bugs to upgrade my bug catching, but I did forage enough to get that leveled up.
Welcome to spring in the 5th year.
So happy my goal isn't to 100% right now. And on the next morning, I was told that someone mysterious had popped up on the island.
Hello, John. Where's your steamboat?
John was begging me for my items, as he had a black market gig back at the prison.
I love you, Grace Price. Oh, I hate everyone's laughing in this game.
So I played along, cashing in on my inventory.
All your licenses in order. No.
Weirdly, Granny was also an accredited license giver, and she showed me all the licenses I could get. Permit points were mentioned before, and this is how I used them.
I'm gonna go for mining first.
I then bought a table saw for 5,200 dinks, as well as a pickaxe for 1,200.
Let's go get this fly. Oh, I missed.
Testing the pickaxe out, gaining myself some tin ore. Figuring out working hard means death.
Oh, I'm just low on energy.
I then headed back to Granny, unlocking the logging license.
Onya!
Setting out to find 3 stone and 10 tin ore. As Granny said, that's all I needed to craft the furnace. I also figured out that food gives you energy. Once I had collected all the materials, Granny unlocked the crude furnace for me.
Yeah, dude. Get dodged.
So I placed it down facing the ocean.
What?
I then adopted Fuzzy the Fly as my mascot.
And structures. Tell you what, you should try and get John set up with a real shot up here.
Thing is, I kind of caught him in the act of trying to commit.
You looking at the alligator? Ah!
So I may need to check on his mental health before allowing him to stay.
Days like this are the best. What, getting attacked?
My next plan was to make my own crafting table. So I saw some gum logs into gum planks and then asked John if he wanted to hang out. Sadly, he didn't, so I made the crafting table while crying.
There's sharks in the water, I'm just gonna say, and there's also alligators that try to kill me and John. So, chill out, okay?
And with those words of wisdom, decided to call it a day with my mining upgrading to level 2.
Yo, dude, I want to buy the axe.
There was something I forgot to mention. In the journal was daily milestones. So throughout each day, I'll be trying to complete these to gain extra permit points. I then sunk my axe into its first tree.
Quartz crystal. Nani?
And my quest of trying to make Steamboat Boy stay was going well.
Ragged shirt. Yeah, I'll buy that.
With buying John's clothes from the day before, he seemed to be convinced, meaning I could now set up the shop deed. I then got the farming license and tested to see if a jellyfish would hurt me.
Shock's not around, so you're gonna hurt me. Yep, you are. God damn it, man. Oh, my axe isn't good enough for it. How are you doing, Fly? Do you want a friend? Do I have another friend? Ha. John is visiting the island. Bro is never not visiting the island. Oh, I can whistle. So does this work? Oh, it does.
The thing about deeds Granny failed to mention was that they put you in debt, and right now, I had 75 grand of it. But as it's for John's shop, and with his track record, I'm sure he'll help contribute towards it. For construction to start, I needed to gather materials, so it was time for an adventure.
Palm trees, palm trees, palm trees.
Finding some trees in the east and chopping them down, refining them and place them into the shop.
All required construction materials have been deposited. Construction can begin tomorrow.
John then asked for a fly, and I may or may not have traded in our mascot.
Oh, it's raining. I'm wet. Because of you.
I then unlocked the handling license, thinking it was hunting, as well as the excavation license.
A big spoon for dirt. Crazy, man.
Finding out bones are useless.
Ah, so you can move it around.
Then had the goal of making a cooking station, failing to read the description of the tin sheets.
Tin sheet. And I'm out of my tin sheets. John is visiting the island. No. What can I do?
Unlocking the hunting license, I made myself a crate.
Now what can I do with the scythe?
Hacking at some grass. Yeah, I was grasping at straws. Unable to figure out how to plant seeds.
Plant. But how do I plant? Do I need to, like, dig a hole? No? Ah. Weird.
You know what? I was pretty close. Deciding to just have a mining expedition instead so I could eat my risotto. Around the map, there are some metal containers, and they contain relics.
An old tire is crazy.
They'll be more useful later though.
I want it.
Returning home to craft the cooking table,
And I can make dishes now.
as well as a spear. Day 6 was a day for celebration,
Oh, it's built. Okay, well, cool.
as John had finally moved in.
So now we've got the shop. We've got better equipment. What do we have?
Having a little nosy about, but I wasn't really interested in anything he was selling. Heading over to Granny to see what the house deed was about.
95 grand?
Yeah, not happening. I'm kind of in debt. So I headed out to mine some ores. Once my pickaxe broke though, I thought I'd set out on a little adventure to the furthest island.
Just grass stuff. Cool. We'll head back.
As the island was a disappointment, I decided to take my frustrations out on a bush devil,
Oh my god. What?
and accidentally stumbled across the West Telly Tower.
Quadong. Fucking quadong.
When I woke up though, someone other than John was visiting the island. But breakfast comes first, chomping down on a meat skewer I just made.
Do I have any quests? No, not really. There's someone visit. Oh, fuck.
Heading into the colourful tent.
Theodore. Oh, no. He looks like a Theodore. Oh, he's a bug catcher. Oh, and they made him look like a stereotypical bug catcher. No.
As you can see, I was quite amused, and Theodore's plan was to set up a museum. This was because he wanted to show off all the critters of the land.
I can confirm, we are heavily in debt.
74 grand to be exact. But I did figure out that 2 croco teeth sell for 7,000 dinks, and seems I was a croco magnet, I could make some bank.
We got scales. Can I put myself on the scales? No.
I had somehow managed to get 2,000 permit points, so I thought it was time to splurge on some licenses, going for the fishing, metal detecting and vehicle licenses.
I can build a boat.
Donating 8,000 dinks to the cause on my way out.
Oh, so that's how it works. So we can work towards getting that telecommuter on, I think. Ear hat. Wear something that isn't clothing on your head. Go on your head. It's called a hat, and you're telling me a hat can't go on your head?
Spending the rest of the day scanning for treasure.
About 10 discs. Or 10 gears. I'm sorry. What is this upsell price? Buddy, are you scamming me? Got anything for today? No. Is it just letting me have free will?
And with said free will, another croco was on the chopping block.
Oh, crap. Oh, I'm almost dead. For me? I actually have 3 old keys I don't want anymore. What?
With my free will overflowing, I decided I could also get the tool belt and building licenses, and because John was having a day off, I wasn't happy.
6. Closed Sunday. Oh, it's Sunday, isn't it? Go this side, because there's alligators there. Oh, there's a rainbow!
I then tested out my fishing rod for the first time, just not very well, heading over to the river to see if I'd stand a better chance, screwing up once again.
Oh. Fuck. We've got a fish. A blue spot flathead. Okay, I know how to fish now.
And I switched gears as I got fed up, letting my 2 brain cells think that hitting grass would level up my farming.
Surely this counts as my thing.
Ending the day by cooking a croco in front of a croco.
Holy crap. We're going to bed.
On day 9, Granny told me that Flaming Tapas needed 5 permanent residents to be recognised as an official settlement, so I actually had a goal to work towards.
Right. I'm googling how to start a farm.
Sadly, I needed a certain individual to visit, so that was out of the option for now, meaning I needed to come up with a different way of making money. Heading into the new mysterious tent, meeting Erwin. If I wanted to get the animal farm online, he's my man, but first I needed to get the handling license.
Yes. I think the goal of today is get ourselves a baby truck.
Checking what materials I needed for the bird coop. Surprisingly though, I was only missing the sphinx tuft.
Right, this bird is going to have like a proper view, you know.
Buying my first baby chuck, naming her Quiet Galaxy.
You got a house?
Now, have you spotted my mistake yet?
Probably best if I go to bed. Where's she gone? Where you at? Where you running away to?
Without a fence to keep her penned in, Quiet Galaxy could just roam free. Luckily though, she hadn't quite figured that out yet. Day 10 started off strong, by donating 5,000 dinks towards the town debt. Sadly, still another 60,000 to go. Also being a croco magnet was starting to wear me down.
I have mail?
The bug tipster, funny enough, gave me bug tips, but whenever these did arrive, I didn't really pay much attention, deciding that making palm wooden paths is a better use of my time, and started a little route towards the town.
I'm gonna fish. I'm gonna have a calm day fishing and sell all my fish I make.
Doing the exact opposite.
I am. She's like, please consider it. I'm the one who's paying into it.
I then unlocked the trapping license and fished for the rest of the day.
Curious. So I'm guessing Clover does cloves.
Spying at the business shoes on show.
Stick them on. I think they'll go better for the fit. Yeah, they go better with the fit. Boom. Hello, dude. Do you want it? Do you want it?
I then bought the stone grinder and gave it a test.
Yep. How much does cement go for? I don't know where my chick is. Not a good sign. No.
Safe to say, Quiet Galaxy had chosen to run.
Snap. Can't poke a hole in my tent. Boring.
Having a mining adventure and return to grind a shiny rock.
Oh, we can grind. I'm scared that's going to turn into cement. Iron. Ah, we've got some iron. I screwed up, man.
My objective for day 12 was to get the rowboat 1.0 online. Luckily, I had just sharpened my axe.
More. Deforestation at its finest. Bro, this sword's getting a workout, you know. Surely the blade's going blunt.
Making the tiny rowboat. I don't know why I couldn't have just used John's steamboat though.
Okay, and we're in. Back down. I say, we go for a nice sail.
Heading out to a few remote islands for a little metal detection.
I want to know what my key opens. Maybe it's these islands I want to go visit.
Deciding to leave that for tomorrow, as I had more important things.
I never know if I'm heading the right way. Because I never am. Hello? Fletch.
Finally, Granny realised that the island was infested with crocos, and it would be handy to have stronger weapons. But as I wanted the vehicle licence, I decided I wasn't going to invest in the upgrade just yet, opting to go and scout out some of the islands I saw the day before.
There's a few sharks, but they don't seem to care. What's this? What is it?
That, good people, is an amber chunk.
Can I get it in my boat? Oh no. I can't get it. I just chucked it in the water and I can't get it up. I hope it's not that important.
Leaving the amber chunk behind.
Oh, what's this land? This is a bit sus. So, I may have screwed. What the hell?
Now, look at my stamina.
I can drive it. Can we get out? Oh crap, I'm dying. Okay, I've got to get it out quick. Can I stand on a rock?
Oh, with my brain working in overdrive, I managed to make it to safety. But with my boat out of commission, I still needed to make it back alive.
Oh my god. Well, I didn't make that.
But to be honest, I made it back quite quickly.
I want to go mining today.
But before I went off, I had something more important to do.
Before I go mining, I'll clear my debt. This town is now debt-free. Thank you for your contributions.
Checking out the next set of deeds and decided on the bulletin board. So now I'm back in debt.
Vehicle license. Let's get a car.
Sadly, it's not that easy. I won't get a car for quite some time. But after midday, I do eventually start the task of mining.
What's that? It's a nest. Oh my god, what are you?
Picking violence once again, as I can't control myself. Once my third pickaxe broke, that was a sign to go back home, using the rest of the night to refine my materials, and made myself 120 palm wooden paths.
Crap. Trouble.
If you look at the time, it says late. This meant it was past midnight and I probably should go to bed.
Mining has gone up by massives.
My farming troubles were at an end though, as rain had finally showed up.
Today he's not going to be doing anything. Haha, you are who I need though.
Or that's what I thought.
10 grand. Oh, I don't have the money.
And with it being Sunday, John's shop was shut, so now I was kind of screwed.
What I want to do though is this.
Opting to build a nice path for the town instead.
There we go.
Being a good person though does pay off sometimes.
Now I have something for you. I hope you like it. Oh my god. You are a savior.
Grabbing myself the watering can, as well as some tomato and sugarcane seeds.
Right. So. Oh. Bop. Bop. Bop.
Sprinkling my seeds and also crafting the grain mill.
I'm gonna give you these. No. Don't know what I'm doing with you.
Figuring out I needed to put 5 grass seeds in so it could work its magic. And don't worry, I didn't forget to water my plants.
Animal food. Oh yeah.
After the mining expedition, I decided that I was going to sell everything I refined, and got myself a whopping 80 grand. So now I had some money, paying off the debt for the bulletin board and getting myself the museum deed, which would allow Theodore to move in.
I feel like the museum should go across from here.
Collecting all the materials I needed so construction could start tomorrow. As a few days ago I made bank from mining, I decided to get the license upgrade, and that allowed me to craft the copper pickaxe.
It's annoying. Like, once the museum's up, I can put them in. But I can't do that until the museum's there. Place items. So I just need another green board.
Whipping out my metal detector.
Got it. And we've got old contraption.
Fixing up the telly tower, but it didn't seem to do anything. So I took the opportunity to test out my copper pickaxe.
Oh, we want up quartz. It's amazing. It did for anything. No. Oh, the museum's been built. Give me all my stuff to the museum though. Hello.
Now, I'm unsure if Theodore is oblivious or he was just zoning out.
Always blushing. I'm Theodore. I'd love to open a museum here on Flaming Tapas. We could fill it with all interesting things found here. So please speak to Fletch about building the museum as soon as possible. Are you telling me this isn't the museum?
In not the museum, I handed in my bugs, and in return for each new one, I gained 100 permit points. I then sold 200 of the quartz I mined yesterday, so that I could take a chunk out of the town's debt. Also getting the logging license upgraded. Deciding to use my time wisely, catching as many fish as I could for Theodore.
This is why you wear shorts.
handing them in and gaining 600 more permit points, randomly finding out that it was Theodore's birthday.
Happy birthday.
And I was forced into giving him a gift, so I gave him a butterfly.
Green sweat. That looks ugly as hell. That is ugly as hell.
Attempting to burn the abomination in the morning. I decided for today I wanted to attempt something new, and remembered I could catch animals, so I crafted the simple animal trap.
I'm gonna put it here and hope it does something. Should give her a name, Sherpy.
Oh no.
This time I'm not gonna lose you. Promise. Just don't drown.
I'd be more concerned about her running away again, but it finally clicked that I may need a fence.
Look at this efficiency, people. Alright. Fence done.
I kinda knew that Chirpy wasn't gonna get inside though.
And tipster. An undiscovered fish has been spotted in the northern oceans.
Heading north, not to discover the fish I was trying to find. Yep, that was the whole day, but I did also buy a camera though. A bit more happened on day 21 though, and definitely got off to a good start.
I'd love a photo with Fletch in it. Come on, Theodore, you creep.
Granny was weirdly prepared for this though, as there was a magic spell not allowing you to take photos in the base tent. At this point, I felt like I wasn't progressing like I should be, so I decided to check out the Steam guides, hoping it would point me in the right direction.
So I think what I should be doing is making an orchard.
My problem was I didn't know how to drop an item, and genuinely that was all I had to do to plant a tree. So I went with trying to trap a bush devil instead.
Yes, we got him. Oh, and he broke it.
Realising this was just like Pokemon and I needed to make him weak first. I figured out John would buy him off me, but he wasn't having any of it. So I worked out I needed to make an animal collection point, and that would whisk away the bush devil.
Ah, I get it now.
Now that my 2 brain cells finally did some work, I got started on my orchard. Also, I had enough money to pay off the museum deed, so I got the wishing well.
This is a great photo of Granny.
Handing the photo over, and he did pay a decent amount, but I promise I won't make this a habit. After I made the animal collection point, I chucked the bush devil onto the marked spot.
And he's gone.
And with him gone, I got back to my orchard.
Animal research. We have returned your simple animal trap. Yeah!
Also receiving 12 grand, so it was a decent little money-making scheme.
Hello, Max. Who are you? G'day, my name Max.
Today, Max was holding a fishing competition, and this competition only comes around twice a year. To compete, all you had to do was buy the professional fishing rod and catch as many barracudas as you could.
Surely this is what I need. Barracuda, let's go.
Each barracuda would earn you 1 point, and you had to log your score by 4 PM.
I'm not seeing any barracudas. Log new score. Now at plus 5 points. Yeah, it's just me versus John, man. I think I've got this in the bag. So if I spot one, I'll get it.
Famous last words, buddy. Heading out in search of pearls for the wishing well.
What? 6! He's on 6!
Yeah, not good. Quickly having a search, coming up short. The competition was now over, and Max said he would buy all the fish off me.
You go, dude. What? Sure. John won with 8. I knew he would win.
With 160k, I still think I'm kind of a winner, using the lump sum to pay off the wishing well. Then using my time in the evening to level out some of the dirt around the base.
How I fared. Congrats on coming second. Here's your trophy. Silver.
You knew how it would turn out. With having so many permit points, I was able to unlock the deep mining license, not fully sure on what the deep mine would actually give me.
Tin bars. Got enough. So it's just a cement. Yeah, let's just do the cement. Begin tomorrow. Nice.
I then made Rowboat 2.0, setting off to find some pearls for the wishing well, but ended up bailing after a few hours because I was coming up short, forking out 25 grand for the mining pass.
A one-time pass to use the mine elevator. One time. It's crazy. Where did this beehive come from?
Giving it a good whack, gaining myself some honey, proceeding to make a dirt wall around the orchard, as well as adding some banana trees into the mix.
Getting dark, so now we shall go find some pearls.
This time finding 4 out of the 5 pearls I needed, but as it had gone past midnight, it was too risky to dive in the water, meaning I had to head back.
What have you got for me today? That is women's clothes. That a collar?
No, you idiot, that's a scarf, and a cool looking one at that. I did end up buying the whole store out though, and that was because I needed Clover to become a permanent resident. Just don't tell her I sold the clothes I didn't want to John. I also had bought the furnace from John as I wanted to make my first iron bar. I then made the Billy Can kit as I also had got the brewing license.
Requires 10 apples.
Making myself some wattle tea instead, setting sail once more as this last pearl wasn't going to find itself, having a little pit stop on a coconut tree island.
There we go, we got it, 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 we got it. Yes. Pearl. What are you guys doing up so late? Oh, are they shacking up? Tea do. Ah, wattle tea is actually pretty good. No wishes have been made. I don't have enough dinks to make a wish. Damn.
I did not, but what I did have was a mining pass, and with the deep mines finally built, headed inside.
Go down. Oh, okay. I should have had a torch. Concerned, but this is my, home thing. One pass.
Buying a torch from John, but yep, I had kinda screwed up, and it forced me to buy another mine pass. And in preparation, I crafted a second pickaxe just in case. Heading back down, and this time having a nice exploration.
Yo, guys, chill out. I'm not here to fight. Alright, so we've got that. Oh, he does damage. Oh my god. And the bats are after me as well. What the hell? Why is everything after me?
Finally mining my first bit of iron.
Go away. Me. Alright. This place is too dangerous for me right now. Whoa! Where have you come from? Where's everyone come from? Get me out.
The experience taught me how weak I actually was, so I went and bought the hunting license upgrade, making myself a copper spear and testing it out on the croco who was trying to spawn camp me. I then started myself a coconut farm with the coconuts I found last night, planting down some wattle bushes as well.
I'm still confused what that goddamn tower does.
Now, are you guys ready for round 3?
Chuck, chuck. Right. Please, this time, Chuck Chuck can't escape me.
Not letting the Chuck Chuck out of my sight. I then wanted to upgrade all my tools, so I set off the mine.
I need copper. I'm using too much copper. Do they not have they do have nests. Got nothing in it. Yo guys, chill. I'm just checking.
The mining expedition didn't go so great though, as I did a whole loop around the map only to find 32 copper ore. But it was just enough to make the copper hammer.
Oh yeah. Hey, got some sugar cane. Oh, he's here. He's alive. We made it past the day without kicking dying.
Celebrating the day with a deforestation session. And that was because I wanted to get the path from the town to my tent.
Bonk. Bonk. Ah. Bonk. Nah, bro. That is not worth it against this Donny.
Now that the town actually looked sort of towny, I got onto my next project.
So I want to put the farms here. Let's start making a wheat farm then.
Buying myself a new accessory off Rain, and she finally decided that it was time to move in.
I've still got 250 grand to go. Fuck.
And after 28 long days, I eventually started up on my farm.
You dare. You dare come near my farm and you die.
So getting the farm fence finished was my top priority.
I think it's gonna change season soon. It did change season.
Yep, day 29 marked the start of autumn, and with the new season meant a bit of a wardrobe change.
Makeover. And all food. Yo! He's got bigger!
Now that he was chonky Chuck Chuck, he would start to lay eggs soon, and as it was Sunday, I could only really clear more dirt from around the farm.
Solid move. I've moved 1,000 blocks of dirt. That's crazy.
Adding in a little path for decoration.
Oh my god! Is this time?
If you're curious why I'm so gassed, I'll show you.
I'm gonna make a dunny, just because funny.
No, not that.
Ah, a jet. A motorbike!
This is Franklin, and he's an inventor. One of the relics you can find are shiny discs, and Franklin likes to buy them for a premium. When he buys them, sometimes it will give him a new idea, and this is how I start to get higher tier equipment, like the motorbike and many amazing things. At the moment, I wasn't in a position to get anything, but making Franklin move in should have been my top priority, and by should, it means I didn't. I then upgraded the metal detection license and got back to dirt removal,
Motherfucker.
ensuring he had a swift death.
What the fuck is this?
The main task for day 31 was a recovery mission.
There it is.
Diving in and being able to actually pick up the amber chunk.
Right, we're on.
This was because the guide mentioned that chunks sold for...
How about 57 dinks? Yeah. What do you mean I don't have enough dinks to make a wish? How many dinks do I need?
To actually make a wish, you needed 155 grand, and at the moment I had 120. So I headed to John to pawn off some of my relics, dropping 150 dinks in and wishing for the peaceful wish. The peaceful wish meant that animals like crocos wouldn't aggro on me. I then thought I could do the same with the fossil as I did the amber chunk.
I don't know what it is, so... Ah, I see you got a nice fossil there. It looks like it weighs 11 kg. 10 grand! 110 grand! Yep. Look at this! The crocodile don't want to attack me. Let's go!
With the peaceful wish now active, I decided it was time to delve back into the mines. But first I bought some corn seeds and added them to the farm.
To the mine! Ah, they get stunned by light. Ah, I see. Oh, a car piece. Wait. Why is there a car piece under here? Jesus, this map is big.
Once my pickaxe was too low to carry on, I had some fun catching glow bugs. Day 33 was more of the same, but before I headed in, I realised you could use your copper hammer as a makeshift pickaxe. Woo! And I figured out something important.
Does the mine reset every time I come down? Ah! Okay. Ooh. My apples are harvested. Let's go. And my limes! We're getting food!
The goal of day 34 was to gain as many keys as I could, and you'll see why in a bit.
Got 6 keys.
Also only just spotted this, but while I was watering my plant, the crocos were having a boogie.
Yes, we found one. Is key. 1, 2. Ruby. I've got to take it out. Oh my god. I can't see.
As you can see, there are treasure rooms, and we use the keys to get inside. Sometimes they contain rubies, sometimes they contain treasure chests.
Woo!
Now, the deep mines are only 1 level out of 3, and 4 ruby shards are required for the next level. So I came back up hoping I'd be allowed down.
Been set for today. God damn it. That means I have to do it tomorrow. Well, they only sell for 2,000. Screw you. I'm not. No point in selling them then.
Now that I was out though, I used my harvest from yesterday to get started on apple jam. On day 36, my wheat had finally grown, so it was harvest time again.
Boom. Pedia. People. So many people I haven't met.
I then headed out for something a bit different.
Fish, fish, fish.
Returning home once my inventory was full.
40k ain't a bad haul for a day.
I then grabbed my rubies so I could venture deeper into the mines.
Descend to the undergrove. Oh my. Please say I don't need a key for this as well. Oh, I don't have food with me. Something I did forget. Assume they get annoyed by noise? What's up with you guys? Hey!
There was little difference really from the deep mines to the undergrove, other than massive ponds and iron ore being more common.
With no use of a key, there's no point of me being here, apparently. Holy crap, this is a lot of iron.
Once out, I checked to see how much debt I was still in, only to realise I had 236k.
Just because I need to start chipping away at it.
I then got the level 3 mining upgrade, which meant I could get an iron pickaxe.
Yes! And tomatoes!
As Erwin was visiting and I had successfully kept Chonky Chuck Chuck alive, I bought Kirsten and sold some flour for 1,000 dinks, which prompted me to make 4 more grain mills. I then built Kirsten a chicken coop and bought a barbecue. I promise they're not correlated.
Let's get this other telly tower online because I'm curious what it does.
So I headed over, it seems I already had all the materials.
Ah, man. What do you mean what happens next? Oh, what? Oh my god. We have got fast travel. Sadly, my camp isn't really set up next to it.
I then sold 2 of my lime jams for 6,200 dinks, which means making jam was also very profitable, seeing the day through expanding my coconut farm. For day 40, Franklin had returned, so it was time to cash in on my shiny discs. And giving him the discs made him think of a new invention, the jackhammer.
Can you make something for me?
Luckily, I already had all the materials I needed lying around, and just enough to cover the cost.
It'll probably take all night, but I assure you it'll be ready for tomorrow.
Now all I had to do was wait till tomorrow, so I got to harvest in my orchard and decided to go on a hunt, as I had nothing better to do with my time.
Team effort. Cool. Jackhammer, finally. So, this is just tin, right? Oh my god, that was so quick.
With the jackhammer bringing me some insane luck.
Is that a ruby? What's a ruby just doing out here? A perfect ruby. Oh, that should sell for a lot, surely. Oh my god. What the hell? There you go. How much we got left? 120 grand in debt.
The next day, I decided to get the commerce license, as it made everything I sold give me 5% more. Heading down into the mangrove, this time to get some iron.
How much did I get in the end? 162. So I've got about 80 grand.
Having a late night refining session.
Julia.
Julia is Theodore's little sister, and for some reason, loving bugs runs in the family. You know how we had the fishing competition in summer? Now it was time for the bug catching competition. And this time I was coming for John. Same rules apply, except the rarer the bug, the more points you get.
Starts.
My plan was simple. Anything I see, I catch, as lower points eventually add up.
Bro, I'm in high concentration mode. John 43. What's John doing? I think I've won. Oh, I knew he would come out of nowhere with a last minute fucking thing.
The man's a cheat. He didn't even enter the tent to log his score.
God damn it, man. Screw you. Congrats on coming second. Can I sell these trophies? I don't want them.
It was harvest time again, and that, plus a bit of my inventory, allowed me to finally pay off the deep mine deed.
Alright, we can now get a new building.
Getting the bandstand deed also paying it off straight away, which allowed me to get the plant shop deed, meaning Rain could finally move in.
Where could I put this band stage? I might put the band over here.
Plopping it down where it could have a view of the town. Side note, I was still unsure how to fertilise plants with my poop.
No clue.
Completing the bandstand first, but struggling with the plant shop materials, as I was low on tin, setting off to find some.
What's that? Opal.
But I was doing a stupid.
I do have the tin sheets. Ah, I'm an idiot. Rain is visiting the island. Isn't it you that is getting her shop built? Bro, this shark, what? This shark is a menace. Let's just kill a root out on, like, land. You're out of your domain here, dude. Can't even turn.
Seems it was autumn, I thought it was time to prepare for Halloween, as well as getting some sugarcane because why not?
Right. Metal detecting time.
This was because the hunt for keys was back on. Now, the third level of the mine is called the Hot Hot, and I needed to get some emeralds from the undergrowth to go down. On day 46, John had a request on the board to trade anything for a face bandana green. I really don't know why they worded it like that. So I took this opportunity to offload the ugly green sweater he gave me a while back.
So I could have it like that. Now, I prefer my scarf, to be honest.
I then admired the bandstand,
And the band stage. We need to make a path all the way up here.
as well as visiting the greenhouse.
So, shop closed. What do you mean shop closed?
Deciding I just wanted to test out my copper fishing rod.
Well, I wanted to go get some emeralds, to be fair. So I might go down and get some emeralds.
Yep, that was today's plan. Back to the undergrowth.
I'm here for emeralds.
Taking me a while to find my first treasure room.
Aha!
With the treasure rooms in the undergrowth, you can kinda see which room the chest will be in. Thing is, if you enter by the wrong door, you may have to use an extra key.
My god. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. Oh my god. So the chest is there. So I have to beat him. But can I?
Realising I didn't actually have to fight and skirted around. Inside the chest though, there wasn't really anything of importance.
It's in this room. Nothing.
Yep, dummy rooms. But the second treasure room didn't let me down.
Nothing to fight. A silly old statue. An advanced slingshot. Bircon. What? What's that? Birconium. I need to get rid of the manhole. Don't do anything. It's on fire. A stone wand. What? What's going on? It makes rocks. No way.
Deciding it was time to head out.
There was a thing right here all along.
Placing my new frilly statue outside the tent. Sadly though, I didn't actually find any emeralds like I wanted to, but that was kind of overshadowed by what Clover just admitted to me.
I was watching you sleep the other night.
Yeah, maybe I'm not gonna let her move in.
Sorry, I'm more concerned that she was watching me sleep. I don't know if I want her in the village anymore.
On day 48, I wanted to test out my new slingshot, so I did just that.
Do it. Is I get their attention with this shot. Then I use the iron spear because I'm using about 6 per thing. That is 2,000 gold. So it's not worth the recovery.
But I did figure something else out.
Oh yeah. You alive or you dead?
Today though was a good day, as Granny said that the town had grown so much we could now get a bank. So I sold some items,
Oh my god.
paying off the remainder of my debt, placing the bank down next to the museum.
Alright, we have a bank. Incoming. Eat before you use stamina. Franklin's back. Okay. Main objective of today, get him to stay.
Buying a carrot off him, and that was all I needed to do.
Yes, he wants to stay.
And while he was here, I got him to make me a compactor. I then gathered as much money as I could to pay off the bank deed, and got started on the crafting lab.
Maybe I could have a path going up this way and have it like there. Yeah. Alpha Bush Devil. Is it on my map? Oh.
Deciding that would be tomorrow's job. I didn't get round to it.
Smash that dirt. Let's test it out.
Struggling to get the hang of it at first.
Wait. Oh.
But there was a bigger priority.
I saw them. Coconuts are ready. Goddamn harvest day. Who are you? I haven't spoken to you before.
This was Milburn, and he runs the bank. Sadly, he also has a bit of an ego.
Well, trust me, the honour is all yours for having Milburn here on your little tiny island.
The bank runs how it does in real life. The more money I put in, the more interest I make. Also, he has a little scheme which allows you to swap dinks for permit points.
Holy crap. It absolutely demolishes its usage though.
Spending the afternoon taking down my dirt walls.
So 500 equals 1 permit point. Jesus. So I think I need a charging station next. But it means I'm probably going to have to go back down under.
But out of nowhere, I was given a gift by the townsfolk.
Golden Jackaroo statue.
This was because Flaming Tapas was now officially recognised as a settlement, which meant the base tent was getting an upgrade. Granny said she would cover the cost, all I had to do was find the materials, but before that, I expanded my farms.
We get no beauty marks here. Oh, and it's got upgraded. Flaming Tapas. Yo.
I then spent the day doing a little metal detecting, as I was low on green boards and hot cylinders for the charging station.
Yes! Yes, get this back. Is this a marble? Is this a statue? What's this?
Deciding to use Google as my man on the inside, finding out that this was a bat statue, and in return for 20 bat wings, it would give me a glider.
You didn't seem to drop a bat wing.
Sadly, bat wings aren't as easy to come by as you'd think though.
Am I killing bats wrong?
The next day, to be honest, not a lot happened. I got the charging station commissioned and also expanded my orchard, but that was about it.
I feel like if it's gonna rain, it's bad.
I can confirm nor deny for now, but I did allow the charging station to work its magic.
My next objective also was motorbike. An adventure. No way. Yeah, but I don't look like Finn, so it doesn't work. I like my hat.
As I was taking amazing care of Chonky Chuck Chuck, Erwin decided it was finally time to move in.
My jackhammer is fully back. Woo.
Heading to Franklin to get my ride commissioned, taking my time to add more decorations around the town.
There we go. See that? It's not bad.
Waking up to find that Franklin was able to fit a motorbike in my mailbox.
Yeah! We're skirting. Does it have a light? Oh, it has a boost. Hold up. Ooh, Jesus!
And I haven't shown you guys me tending to my farms in a while, so here you go.
So the pumpkins are ready. Or some of them are. Nice.
Just in time, too.
Skirt. I'm gonna do a bit of fishing. I haven't fished in a while. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, we're fine.
Waking up the next day, and it marked the start of winter.
I don't know if they're gonna wither away and die or not.
I decided for the day, though, that I had been putting off connecting the paths for the bandstand and crafting lab, so I took the time to get it done.
Oh, so close.
And as it was a new season, I brought some carrots for the farm, finally realising that I had been neglecting Chunky Chuck Chuck to the point of illness, so I gave him a nice brush.
To be honest, I'm gonna call it a day then. Sorry, dude.
Then the next day seemed like a good time to neaten up my bush farms, adding in a rock pathway. And once that was done, I spent the rest of the day skirting around the mines on my motorbike, as I found out you could bring it with you.
I hate the sound of destroying my bike because I feel like it's just gonna destroy forever. Oh my god, who's this? It's like a pink girly tent, so it's a hairdresser's.
This was Sally, and she was kind of new to hairdressing. And as it was a new season, it meant the next makeover.
No. Oh my god.
It's got the Jimmy Neutron look.
Nah. I think I'm gonna change colour of my hair.
Taking my sweet time, but eventually chose my fate.
I kinda like... Yeah, I kinda like this.
Retiring my straw hat for the time being. I'm sorry, Luffy.
Like one.
I then got the farming license upgraded.
Let's test this bad boy out. Oh, it does 3 at a time.
And set my sights on getting the chainsaw next.
My game almost crashed because it's snowing. Oh, my PC isn't dying though, which is nice.
You guys have seen the placements on my coconut farm, right? Yeah, it came back to haunt me.
Gonna get through. I can. Holy crap, mistakes were made. Woo! Oh my god, parkour. Genuinely. Who needs bridges?
Popping by the crafting lab to get the chainsaw commissioned.
Lack the correct license. Yo. That's annoying. Well, that's today ruined.
Crying myself to sleep.
Does this count as rain? Looks like it.
Having a quick nosy at the bulletin board.
Alpa Crocker. Oh, that is what we're doing.
Gearing myself up.
Oh my god, look at the bad boy.
Opening fire.
Oh my god, he's quick. Oh my god, he's quick.
Getting a good few hits in.
Ooh! Oh my god.
But to be honest, I wasn't really fazed. I had enough experience as a croco magnet to take him down.
Got him. Woo! Alpha scale.
I got given 2 things. Alpha meat, which is amazing when cooked, and also alpha scales, and they allow you to make very advanced weapons when a certain someone shows up. But I was in luck, as someone new was visiting the island today.
G'day. The name is Sheila.
Nah, I'm only joking. This ain't the person I needed to meet. Sheila is a foodie, and she'll buy any full meals you throw at her. I just didn't realise that until, like, now. But now I had the taste for alpha blood, I wanted more. Accepting a quest the next day to take down an alpha bush devil. Before I could, though, I did run something by John.
How much one of these sells for? 6 grand. Cool. There it is. I see it.
This fight went the same as it did yesterday, taking me a bit of time, but not really giving me any trouble. His fireballs were amazing though.
Didn't even take a single hit. Alpha Eye.
I then paid off the town debt, which allowed me to grab the animal shop deed.
Do I put the animal shop closer to the outback? I think I put it out here.
On day 63, my carrots were ready for harvest, and they're more profitable than you might think.
500. Crazy. Okay.
Deciding that this was a beach town and a certain something was missing.
So, how am I going to want these palm trees?
Getting to work, but took a water break to check out about the house deed. And guess what? This time, I finally got it. Luckily though, I didn't need to do anything, as it was just going to upgrade my tent.
Okay.
And with it being a bit bigger, I had to do some rearranging.
So I think, oh, look at this. Look at the home.
Also, Erwin was now in town.
Hello, dude.
Then Granny said we were now cleared to get 4 additional buildings.
Storage, a display home, or a place for friends to visit.
Nice of the game to think I have friends. But the main reason for the visit was to get the logging license level 3, which meant once I had the money again, I could get the chainsaw. I then completed a quest for rain, which got me some cool guy glasses.
Oh my god, I can wear both.
Popping into the animal shop to figure out what a vombat was. Seeing out the rest of the day, adding more storage as well as extending my paths.
Maybe I could have like a massive pen here.
And with that in mind, I got to work.
How do you make it? Do they have to be on the same level? Oh, that's annoying.
Deciding the little mound I had needed to come down. The next day I had a massive harvest, which forced me into making more brewing stations as my jam setup wasn't currently enough.
Oh, who are you?
Melvin is a simple fellow to explain. Basically, he just makes furniture. That's it. But today, I had my sights set on getting some emeralds, so I grabbed my rubies to head down into the undergrove.
Oh no.
Resetting the day as I couldn't be bothered to think of a solution.
Boom. Alright, we've got ourselves some emerald.
I'm starting to think my mailbox is a TARDIS, by the way, because Theodore sent me a couch in the mail. Now, seems he put all that effort squeezing it in there, it would be a shame to let it go to waste. So I set up the couch to have a nice view of the town. Then, Chicken Little put in a request on the bulletin board saying that something had fallen out from the sky.
That's a bit weird.
So I accepted it, but before setting off, I had a few errands to run. And by errands, I mean I got the chainsaw commissioned.
How much did a statue sell for? 50 grand? Sure, I'm not that bothered about them.
Now, that's just for the normal statues. What do you reckon the golden jackaroo statue goes for?
189. Yep, sound. I'm going to stick this money in the bank and just see what the interest is like.
Eventually setting off to investigate the thing that fell out of the sky.
What the hell is that?
What I found was a satellite, giving it a good whack, but was disappointed to find no aliens were inside. With being able to sell my statues, I thought to myself, what about my eyesores of second place trophies?
60! Oh my god.
So I used the money to get the close shop deed, totally forgetting that Clover is a stalker.
Thank you, Franklin. Chainsaw. Oh my god. What can I do with a snowball? Chainsaw. C. Oh, that is so quick. Alpha Jackaroo. Go on, there you are.
And honestly, I wasn't familiar with the Alpha Jackaroo's game.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Having to resort to less honourable tactics.
Got him. Woo. Just prime meat. Nothing else?
Spending the evening putting down a path for Erwin and Clover, as well as the bandstand path the next morning. I then got my pen fence finished off and finally worked out how to use fertiliser. And on the next day, we got our first animal into the pen.
How did you get in?
Well, for a short while anyway. Now, I kind of had been neglecting the villagers too, as well as Chunky Chuck Chuck, so I decided today might be the day I help out around the town.
Hello, I have you a photo. Not bothered about mannequin. I got no one to show it off to.
Also, I would have thought after 70 days of knowing John, he would at least want to hang out once.
God damn it. Tomorrow we go for a jet ski.
Getting everything ready so I could have the jet ski for tomorrow.
Alright, jet ski on the way. Look, it's busy. I don't care if you're busy. Stop your conversation, people. You've got a customer. Your customer's always right. Customer comes first.
Prepping myself because tomorrow I was going on an adventure.
I want to go deep into the mind, but I've got a jet ski.
Giving the bad boy a test drive like it deserved.
Right, let's do this.
Inserting my emerald shards.
Oh my god. How am I meant to get across thing? I'm guessing I'm gonna have to use my motorbike. But I know I've gotta fly. Oh! Have I just lost my motorbike? I think I've just lost my motorbike. Let's do a tactical finding out. I chuck one of these in. Got it. Okay, it's not gone. No, I can't get out. Oh my god.
I'm surprised it took me till day 73 to actually go down.
And to be honest, I'm happy I recovered my motorbike. Sante ore over there. Oh, I see some here. Okay. Fuck!
Okay, no need to double it though, dude. Each time we die, we lose money.
What the hell are they? Never give up. Got some Bercoinium. Oh, why are you on fire?
Working out what the watering jugs do.
Yes. Fuck. So my motorbike may be fully gone. Yeah, motorbike's gone. Get me out, get me out, get me out, get me out.
Having to spend the evening getting my motorbike 2.0 commissioned. Day 74 though was a little less eventful.
Got our motorbike back. Oh, got a new one. Can I paint it? You can! Yes!
Deciding the jet ski deserved a nice lick of paint as well, with the plan of using the day to fish.
Or actually... I'm curious what happens, how far I can leave the map.
Me and my goddamn ideas.
Oh my.
Yet further out was just a wasteland of nothingness, so no need to carry on, right?
How far can we go? All the way over here? You know what? Screw it.
God damn it.
Oh, edge of the map.
Turning around and heading home when I realised nothing was there.
Comes in from the side. I'm back, people.
I did end up doing something useful though, as I learned you could surf on top of an alpha croco. Also noticing that Franklin wanted me to get him 10 bonkor.
Someone is What is this? Night market. Night merchant. Return when late.
Yep, today was the day of the night market, but that meant I had to kill some time. And what better way to do that than metal detecting for keys, eventually pitching my tent to be the first one in line.
Oh my god, who are you?
This little guy is the night market merchant, and he loves to whisper. However, I don't.
Gold bars? I can get gold bars? From where? Mystery bag you buy for 50. Yes. Can we become friends?
Opening up the mystery bag and getting some dice, a glowing pickaxe and bat wings. But I goofed up, as I forgot to bring more money with me. And with the bank closed, this is all I could get.
When am I gonna get up to level 3 in farming?
Now, while I was farming, I decided to see if my glowing pickaxe would do anything. And upon my return, I thought a poltergeist had been around.
Why is the wiki, the one time the wiki is not being useful? Why are some of these, like, watered?
Heading down into the deep mines for some ruby hunting.
This is why you don't give up hope. Why is the lantern talking to me?
And the next day, I used those rubies to head down into the undergrowth to find some emeralds. And this was all because I wanted a second expedition to the Hot Hot. But before I'm able to do that, I have to crush my fierce rival once and for all. We just won't go on about how I forgot what a barracuda looks like.
No, not one either, are you? Oh, it's sunny now, I can see.
What I was failing to see though, were any barracudas.
I'm curious if this shark is going to go for it. No. I guess we're not playing Club Penguin.
In the end, I logged a score of 5 points, placing me in 3rd.
Rigged. Totally rigged.
Not gonna lie, on this one, it was a poor performance. I wasn't too down though, as the next day I descended back into the Hot Hot, using my time to get as much bonk ore as I could.
Oh my god, what's that?
Teasing the dude, but mercifully sparing his life.
Then he is actually chasing me.
Whipping out my chainsaw, and it isn't actually a bad weapon.
Could be dead. Yeah.
It seems the Hot Hot was rejecting me, but because our amazing inventor requested 10 bonkor, I persevered, as I knew he would get new inventions.
Improved chainsaw. No goddamn way. I can make the bars. Holy crap, man.
Out of everything, I settled for the blast furnace, and that was because all of the other upgrades needed bonk bars, but to get bonk bars, I needed the blast furnace. So I went out scavenging for all the materials required.
So we've got one old contraption, we just need one more. Got it. We got it. I need 800. Oh. Okay.
Thankfully, I had been saving money on the side in my piggy bank, so I just had enough to get it commissioned.
We are now broke. Holy crap, this is a big boy. Oh, it goes green. It makes 2! That's crazy.
Using the rest of my spare time to make a windmill, meaning it would make my furnaces take half as long. And I know it took a while, but I also got the weather station commissioned.
I need to go and not get stuck.
I then upgraded my fishing license to level 3, and now I was able to get crab pots. The reason I wanted crab pots was because I needed a way to passively collect keys. Thing is, I didn't realise that I needed to put bait inside to activate them. The next day though, I was able to check out the weather report.
Today, not bad.
And as I needed an armada of crab pots, headed into the mines to hunt for some copper and iron ore, making a total of 18 in the end, but still I didn't bait them.
How am I only learning about this now?
On day 83, I decided it was finally time to link the west and north tele towers back to town, and once complete, use them to get home.
I screwed up. I screwed up.
Yep, I finally googled why the crab pots weren't working, so I placed some bait inside and lo and behold, it worked, raiding them the next morning. Now, with all the alphas I've taken down, I thought what's the harm in taking down another?
Ow, 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 ow. We're not in a good start. Oh my god, I finally died outside in the open. Oh, I die.
Well, that's one way to enter spring, but the new season had to wait, as I wasn't going to let this croco get the best of me.
Is that me dead again? Oh my god, it is...
Rage quitting for the evening. Now, for the next 5 days, I forgot to turn on my mic for recording, so I'm going to fly through them as we're nearly at day 100. So, on day 86, I was refreshed and ready for battle, this time taking down the alpha without a single scratch. Then, on day 87, I went venturing into the mines with the hopes of finding a glider. I did find myself a mighty seed, sprinkler, as well as a torch hat, but otherwise no luck. On day 88, I got the telepad built, placing it outside of the house, as well as hunting for more keys. Which meant day 89 was back into the mines to fail at finding the glider once again, but I did come across a moose saddle and a guitar. And on day 90, searched for more keys, as well as testing out the moose saddle while killing its unhatched baby.
Right, now it's on.
Yep, we're back on, but as we're in the final stretch, I won't hold you guys much longer.
Who is the Bushman?
The Bushman is Ted Sally, and you remember those alpha scales I kept getting from the alpha crocos? He's the man I've been needing to look for.
Eileen. Go on.
Yeah, I decided it was finally time to raise my very own Vombat.
Alright, you're going to be released in here.
And it didn't stop there, as I also got Macy and Tamia.
No way. No!
Thinking taking down the fence would be a wise decision.
Oh, I have screwed up royally.
Luckily, I managed to get Chunky Chuck Chuck back inside, but our new guests were a different story. Remember how I just said about Ted Sally? He's known to turn up at 12 PM on Saturdays. He spawns around the map, he just has to be far away from the villagers. Another thing is, you must have the peaceful wish turned off for him to spawn. Now, I didn't know this at the time, so I spent day 91 and 92 looking for him without any luck. But in the midst of searching, I did manage to get the brewing license upgraded, as well as an animal stall for Eileen. My pet moo did steal it though. Then, the next day, I sold a Wary Moo egg.
20k. No, that's not a bad haul.
As well as just hunt for more keys, as I still wanted this glider. For some reason though, Melvin had a tiger hat.
That just looks stupid.
And then I delved back into the undergrowth, finding a diving helmet instead of the glider.
I want to put it on. I want to try it out.
Running faster underwater than I do on land.
What I have to do is run like this. It's crazy. This is jokes.
On day 95, I got the quarry commissioned and just basically hunted for even more keys, with the quarry arriving the next day. But I finally remembered that I've been sitting on a gold mine.
So I've been able to make wattle tea this whole time, which is kind of sad.
Also, Eileen had grown up very fast.
Oh my god. What? I never even saw him. Bro's massive. Jesus Christ.
But that didn't stop me from going back into the undergrowth, finding a bottle of clouds.
Where is this glider?
Heading back up after another failed expedition. But what I hadn't failed on these expeditions was making money, because now that I had over 1 million dinks in the bank, a certain someone should be arriving very soon. And by very soon, I mean the next day.
Yes! Get me my jet ski! Hello, my friend.
This is Jimmy, and he's a dodgy bloke according to the achievements, but he's everything better than John, as he sells a hand glider and doesn't turn up to competitions to make a fool out of me.
Okay, I can afford it.
But I forgot what day it was.
Go into your shop, please. No.
Yep, as it was Saturday, the bank was shut. With John still open though, I had a chance, as I had been hoarding random stuff that I didn't know sold for a lot, ending up having more than enough to cover the cost.
I feel like I'm playing GTA, you know, with how much money I got now.
Getting myself the glorious glider,
Yes!
as well as a doggo collar.
How do I use it effectively?
Yeah, the glider was weirdly more harder to control than I thought.
There we go, we got a doggo!
But day 99 turned out that I had one final chance to take down John the Cheat.
I need to come first in a goddamn comp.
Yep, the bug competition was back.
Okay, I'm starting to get the enjoyment of the glider. Surely no one beats me this time. What?
I don't know if John is slipping money under the table for Julia, but no matter what I do, I can't defeat this man.
I want the trophy, but John is goated every time.
And I even lost to Milburn, coming in third by 2 points.
Serious what John got. 195. What did he catch?
Maybe I needed to leave the bug catching before the bug catching leaves me. So, to cool myself off, I decided on the final day I would take a trip down to the Hot Hot, grabbing my keys and having my hand glider ready.
Right. Eat. Eat. And eat. What are you? You got different stuff. We are on an adventure, but I might burn.
And if you're wondering what the adventure is about, this is why we're here.
There we go. So, game plan. We run in and hope for the best. Good solid game plan to me.
Darting forward.
Come on, please. We got him one. We got him one. We got him one. What's in here? Boom, 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 boom. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Oh my god. Ow, 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 ow. Holy crap, man. Like, I can see why you need a lot of keys. Oh my god. Oh my god. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. I want to say, pretty successful. I've now found a perfect aquamarine.
We have indeed, making my way back up to the surface. And to celebrate, I'll let you watch me be a dumbass trying to put a water jug on top of a sprinkler, deciding to spend the rest of the evening taking photos with my camera to reminisce.
Oh my god. Look how high definition this is though. Ho ho ho. My evil lair. Here we go. Day 101.
Now that it was day 101, I realised that I still had the peaceful wish turned on, and for Ted Sally to turn up, I had to swap it out. Now, at the time I thought I was broke, so I sold the perfect aquamarine I found yesterday.
Perfect aquamarine gone.
Swapping the peaceful wish for the dangerous wish. The dangerous wish means creatures like the crocos deal double damage, but at the same time, drop double the loot. Also, Ted Sally now had a double chance to spawn.
So now I've got to be on the lookout for Ted Sally.
But other than that, I was kind of confused what I should be doing.
I feel like I'm broke. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I didn't need to sell the aquamarine at all, but I decided that I would head back down to the Hot Hot, due to Bonkor being the main resource for advancements.
I'm going to take one up, because I'm curious how much it sells for.
Leaving the Bonkor on John the Cheat's doorstep. The next day, I decided I was going to make a few little renovations to my orchard.
Same with these bad boys.
I just wanted to harvest my coconuts without any hassle, delivering the cheat his present.
Does this matter to you? Okay. That makes a lot of money.
Then I gave the farm a little makeover to include sprinklers.
We are prepping.
Buying some sugarcane seeds from Rain and planting them into the new design. For the sprinklers to work, however, I still needed to get water tanks.
So I'm still missing a lot.
Heading into John's shop to check something out.
So this has been here the whole time. Oh my god.
So I've been able to customize my house this entire time, and the game also allows you to name the house as well. And as you all know, I'm great with names.
Bilbo Chuckins.
Day 103 was the return of the night merchant, and this time I took out over 1 million before the bank shut. Sadly, this meant I had to wait till late again though. So to kill some time, I added some more bananas to the orchard and bought the house upgrade from Granny, heading underwater to catch some critters for Theodore, and once night hit, went looking for some bugs until the night merchant opened his store.
Hello, dude.
Now, seems I had cash to splash, I ended up buying the entire mystery bag collection to feed my gambling addiction.
You know what? That's pretty cool.
I kind of thought I might get something useful from these mystery bags, but I found out that all I could get was cosmetic stuff.
More dye. Why, what's up with the dye? Can I roll them? Oh my god, I can.
With the house being upgraded overnight, I awoke to floating in the air once again. Also, it was Rain's birthday, so I got to work on my origami.
Have a paper hat.
and by doing so, I had gotten Rain to 2 hearts. So in return for the hat, she gave me the plant book, and the plant book allows me to identify and track plant growth. I then handed in all the bugs I found last night to Theodore, deciding to buy the hand trolley from John so I could fix up the inside of upgraded Bilbo chuckings without emptying each crate. Afterwards, my objective was getting the improved table saw, so it was a trip back down to the mines, as I was low on copper. But as the dangerous wish was now on, I was getting annoyed by some pests.
Oh my god, go away.
I also thought I might as well get a certain achievement while I was down here.
Late. Ooh. Yep, no, give me up.
Leaving John a new present on his doorstep once again. Now, the next morning, I had everything ready to get the table saw, but sadly Franklin's store was shut for the weekend, so I accepted a quest from Sally.
Goatfish. Sure.
I was still in the process of trying to get an airport, and to do that, I needed to have 11 NPCs moved in. At the moment though, I currently had 8. Also, the goatfish does not look like a goat. The next day brought another coconut harvest, and I ended up expanding the farm just a little bit, heading out to hunt for Ted Sally once again.
Where is my man?
I swept the coast, but there was no sign of him. So when I got back, I finally had enough permit points to get the level 3 vehicle license, and that would allow me to fly a helicopter. Once I get it, that is. And also, since I had cash to splash, I got myself 4 house deeds off Granny, as I read that you could rent them out.
What we want to do is put them over here, I think.
Giving the bandstand island a little makeover. I also got the town bell deed in the process, placing it down as well. On day 107, I got myself the milk crate bed after completing a quest from Sally. But now that Franklin's was open, I ordered myself the improved table saw, heading to John to also buy the ruler off him.
Got myself a milk crate bead.
Then it was back down into the mines for another attempt at one of those fortresses.
Come on, survive, 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 survive. Damn it.
This time it didn't go so well, but even with no food to regen my health, I gave it a few more shots, and sometimes didn't even make it near the fortress. After dying 6 times, I had managed to get everything useful out of the fortress, gaining myself 3 opals, a perfect emerald, as well as an advanced sprinkler. Then, when I woke up, I got my improved table saw planted down, getting a second one commissioned as well. The thing is, I was kind of creating money problems by doing this.
Oh. What?
The improved table saw cut through 10 planks in no time, so I didn't really need the second one, but oh well. Using the rest of the day to sort out materials for the town bell, failing at finding Ted Sally, and then sorted the houses out.
All the houses are built straight up. That's taking their time. Let's go see the houses. So how do I rent them out?
To rent the houses out, I needed to buy a rental sign from John when they're in rotation.
Bring -1 to Sally. Wait.
I think the game kind of bugged because I don't know what a -1 is. Well, I do, but yeah. But today I decided to make more kegs so that I could turn my wattle tea into wattle brew, as it sold for 6k a pop. I then expanded my coconut farms even further on day 110, as well as my apple orchard, as jam and raw coconuts could make a lot of money over time.
She's wearing the hat. That's crazy. It's fine. Ring the town bell.
The good thing about ringing the town bell is that it pops everyone's location onto the map, so they could be easily found. And with expanding my coconut farms, I decided the harkback was next on the list, as I needed an easier way to harvest. I already had all the materials, but not the 2 million required.
Where's my motorbike?
Remember the trip down into the mines a few days ago? Yep, I kinda left Motorbike 2.0 down there. So I'm just gonna have to use my hang glider to get around, grabbing a bunch of wattle seeds to add to the wattle farm.
Everyone please join us at the bandstand. Okay. Let me water my crops first.
Today was Flaming Tapas' birthday, so it was time to celebrate, and Granny was chucking on some snag sizzles for everyone. Sadly, it would take a bit of time to cook, so I was asked to come back around lunchtime. That meant I had some time to kill, and with that time, I decided I'll do an investigation, greeting Granny at midday to collect my rare delicacy.
Trying to sneak on. Yeah, well, what buff is that?
Now that I had my snag, I was getting annoyed with my storage issues, so I made a few new crates. Then I had a burning question that needed to be answered.
How did you guys get all these bike poppers anyway?
And it was time to wait for the sun to go down, as Granny had a surprise.
The sun is down. Oh my god.
You know how you hate people who record at live events? Yeah, this was me during the fireworks show.
And these are ready.
Yes, my sugarcane was ready, so I got to scything.
Dude, what are you doing? Dude, there's nothing to water.
Then I stuck the sugarcane into the grain mills and got Franklin's heart to level 2.
Do you want to hang out? Damn.
My heart can't take this many rejections, so to keep out of my mind, I moved my quarry and made a designated area for when I get more in the future.
Come on. Nice. Oh my god. Level 23.
Finally, farming was past level 20, and that meant
Farming license.
I was under the impression that once I got this to level 3, I would get sprinklers, but boy was I wrong. Once the license was upgraded, it unlocked a new license.
So I need to get this. Ugh. Man.
Yeah, I was annoyed at that, but I still had this one to get first.
What's this? Use prize box.
This week was John's Good Anniversary event, which marked when he first moved in, and I was able to get a bunch of prizes. All I had to do was hand in fish, and I would receive a prize ticket.
A black hood. Ooh.
So the goal for today was set, allowing me to introduce the black hooded cape and a raffle wheel.
Oh, John's anniversary is for a week.
I then used the evening to hunt down for a bunch of new fish.
You definitely look new though. You're very spiky.
This was because I needed even more permit points to get the irrigation license, and this was the best way I could think of. On day 115, I went back to fishing.
Holy crap, this works.
And the Dinkum wiki had a nice interactive page you could tick off all the fish you caught.
I am doing this. And it's gonna keep track of everything I've got.
And guess what I did on day 116? Fished some more.
I'm gonna get poisoned.
Looking for bugs on day 117.
Redback spooder. Redback spooder.
And look for bugs the next day as well.
There we go. Yes.
There was a reason for all this though. If I was able to get 50% of the museum complete, then Theodore would sell 2 certain books I wanted.
The book is there.
What I bought was a book about fish, and as you can see, it allowed me to see all the fish and their prices.
So I just wanted to make a quick 20k because, you know, easy.
Also, John was finally selling a rental sign, so I picked that up as well, placing it down in front of one of the houses.
The weekly rent is 1,000. So I need to upgrade the house to make it look cooler for people, for the rent to go up.
Giving at least a bed to our new tenant so they didn't have to sleep on the floor.
It's 5 grand. Alright.
Now, the fish book also has a neat trick. Because I hadn't discovered all the fish, the ones I didn't know came up as question marks. So now getting the rest of the museum complete would be a lot easier.
I want to see this new tenant.
Forrest was the new tenant that just moved in, and like her name, she liked deforestation. I think she's holding an axe. But some good news, I now had enough permit points to get the farming license leveled up. All I needed to do was get another 1,500 for the irrigation license. So it was back to fishing new fish. When I went to visit Theodore the next day, the other book I wanted was on display.
Yes, he's got it.
This book is the same as the fishing book, just for bugs. Now that I have these, a certain cheat is going down the drain in the next competitions. My main reason to see Theodore though was to hand in the stingray, which then gave me enough permit points to pick up the irrigation license. Farming could wait till tomorrow though, as I wanted to use my new book, going late into the night trying to complete the bugs list for this season.
Oh my god. It's fixed. It's back up. That's crazy. How do I want to do my farm? That is the next issue.
Before I sorted that problem out though, another for rent sign was in rotation, and I placed it outside one of the other houses. Then I got to work on expanding the farms. The way I was designing it was off a Reddit post that I was going to follow, which had advanced sprinklers in mind, so at the moment I wouldn't be able to utilize it, but it would be ready when I could.
So what I need right now is
the water tank. The reason I needed the water tank was because that's where the sprinklers would get their water from. While in the process of making them though, I did upgrade my copper hoe to an iron one and placed down the watering tank in my new farm design.
So these guys should be covered by that.
I then bought 100 onions as if my breath doesn't smell bad enough, and planted them into the farm. Sadly, the sprinklers weren't going to work today, so I upgraded my watering can and got to work doing menial tasks, and eventually cleared the rest of my farm out and got the paths placed down, remembering that my mighty seeds were a thing.
Look at the sprinklers go.
Now, today was a day I had been waiting for a long time.
Wattle brew!
I had been producing wattle brew in the hopes that Sheila would eventually want to buy some. Now, I had 57, so that netted me
1 mil. Stick it in the bank.
But after I had the mill, it was back to sorting out the farm defences. I also added a little secret garden of onions behind the watering tank. Now that the farm was in a semi-decent shape, I moved on to making another quarry, placing it down the next day. But day 124 was back into the mines, as I had gotten low on copper once again.
How much money did I have?
I did end up forgetting to bring food with me, and with this dangerous wish, I kinda struggled a bit. After I got some copper though, I crafted 6 more sprinklers. On day 125, I was trying to get Melvin to move in,
Why do you not want to move in?
and according to the wiki, I had all the requirements for him. There was a thing I was missing though. I had to buy a product on display, not from the catalogue, so I copped the green cabinet.
There we go. Melvin to move in. Airport to come soon.
Choosing to extend the fence of my farms afterwards.
Can I put a drawer in some drawers? Okay.
After putting some drawers in some drawers, I saw a job on the quest board, and that was to take down an alpha jackaroo, so I got to it.
Damn it! I knew Pastor Dagon.
And with losing the fight, I knew I needed to meet Ted Sally soon, because with the dangerous wish, my weapons were just not cutting it.
But Melvin should have moved in now.
Now that Melvin had settled in, and the addition of renting out houses for Forest and River, I was finally granted the airport deed. Also, I know you haven't met River, but neither had I. He's still a ghost at this moment.
Well, today is get airport. Well, today is Sunday, so I can't get airport.
During the last few days, I haven't shown it, but I've been hunting for a very rare octopus who I just couldn't find.
Oh my god. How did I find him straight away? What is this?
I then spoke to Sally on a whim, and for some reason, she decided it was time to move in, so I reckon it was because we got the airport. With the octopus bringing luck onto my side, I ended up finding a very rare peacock spider on the same day, finally getting round to harvesting my crops as it was another harvest day.
You better want coconuts sometime soon. Oh, he's turning up tomorrow. We keep.
I'm referencing to keep my coconuts, by the way. I was planning on selling them to John.
And he's ready. The onions are ready.
And once I collected them all, I replanted my new seeds. Then I paid Melvin's debt off so I could check out the airport deed.
Airport is too black.
Yeah, the airport was 2.5 mil, but that wasn't the biggest issue. The biggest problem was the cloth. To get the cloth, I needed to raise some pleeps to the point of producing wool. So I decided I'd get Sally's hair salon first before putting myself in 2.5 million of debt.
He's here.
Once with Jimmy, I sold my coconuts, bananas, onions and jams for another $1 million, and stored it in the bank so I could get the next part of the filthy dinking rich milestone, which netted me 1,000 more permit points. Then I checked out Sally's new hairdressers to see if there was any more haircuts I could get. Afterwards, I ended up buying the ADM from the bank as I just found out it was a thing, eventually getting the airport deed and agonising over where to put it. I did end up settling it down on the only island I hadn't touched yet.
Next objective is getting wool.
Yep, and for that, as I said, I needed a pleep, and for the pleep, I needed the handling license level 3.
Nice. I can withdraw.
I then crafted 2 more watering tanks and got them placed down. The next day, I decided to get the farm defences finished off so I could cover the whole farm. Then made an animal shower because it was time to automate my animal farms in preparation for the pleep's arrival.
Do you want it? I'm gonna give it to you guys. You guys have been chilling here this whole time.
Yeah, Chunky Chuck Chuck was starting to smell. And I also placed down a new animal feeder so they didn't have to fight over food.
And I'm gonna put this here so I remember that I need to feed you.
I then went around petting all my animals for the first time in probably a year. My bad. The next morning, the chickens didn't seem to appreciate what I had done for them, so I decided to take drastic measures.
Look at him. Got him. Baited.
I've got to admit, I really loved the shower. On today's agenda though, I needed to get some copper and iron, so it was back down into the mines.
Can I take the chest? Oh, I can!
Also getting the deep fish while I was down here.
Guys. I'm on a ruby, hunt of a lifetime here. What the hell? I'm here for copper, not ruby.
Once I ended the run of a lifetime, I placed down my new wooden chest in the corner of Bilbo Chuckings, deciding to refine everything during the night so I could craft 12 more sprinklers and get them into the farm. The night merchant was here as well, but after last time I was kind of over it. So in the morning, I admired my hard work from yesterday. I then sold John some rubies and handed the deep fish to Theodore.
Okay, if the fishing comp's coming up on Sunday, I'm going to stock up on fish.
Yeah, with Max coming back, it was time to stockpile up on fish as Max buys them for 2.5 times the price.
Wait, what?
The game is like Club Penguin, by the way, so disregard my comment from day 78.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh.
I did eventually get bored though, so I dropped the first round of fish off.
You guys like all my fish?
I ended up forgetting that I was meant to collect rent, and it was very much due.
Take it. Yeah, cool. From who? From where?
At this point, we were going to have to accept that Flaming Tapas is haunted for some reason, so out of fear for the ghost, I put Forest's rent up instead of Rivers.
What I could do is try and get another... It's cool.
Then I went back into the mines for some emeralds, where I did manage to find an emerald treasure room, but after dying I figured it wasn't worth the hassle and left with just one.
Okay, Max. I'm ready for this fishing competition. Fishing comp, run day 4. Yeah, fishing comp.
As you can see, I was very motivated this time, as I knew I could truly and thoroughly take down John the Cheat. I did have a few things I needed to sell first though, getting round to the fishing competition with 100% concentration.
To be honest, if he beats me, I'm impressed. 9. I got 9. I should win.
It's been done. I have dethroned John the Cheat from his podium.
Yes, oh my god. John and River. Who's River?
I only just won though, and with River coming in second, it was time to track down this ghost.
There you are.
Now, sometimes I do stupid things, as I spent the rest of the evening fishing for more fish, thinking that Max wouldn't leave his tent.
Please be in your tent. No. You still want fish?
Nope, he didn't want more fish, and even with trying to push him back into the tent, that didn't help.
We've got a gold trophy, people.
With all the money I made yesterday though, I put it into the bank and got the next part of Filthy Dinkum Rich, getting myself another 1,000 permit points, which I then used to get the advanced irrigation license for 4,000 permit points, and spent the day upgrading some of my basic sprinklers to advanced ones. And once I ran out of iron for the sprinklers, I spent over 200,000 dinks on 120 tomato seeds, and planted them in a way that works with the sprinklers, admiring all my hard work again the next morning.
Mighty seed spread.
Deciding to check how much they sell for after, but I wasn't planning on selling them for now.
So that's 400 grand.
I then used the day to get another quarry and added 200 grand's worth of tomato seeds to the farm again.
Oh. Thank you, game. It felt bad for me.
On day 137, I fully set my sights on getting the heart back, because I was sick and tired of how long my harvests were taking. So it was a trip back down to the hot to get more buncore.
Let's get some buncore for monies. Oh, come on. Oh my god, I should have brought my keys. It's right there.
And after a successful trip, I came away with 7 ore to sell. And luckily, John wasn't shut just yet. I also remembered that Sally's and Melvin's shop didn't have paths yet. With how much hassle I was having in the mines due to the dangerous wish, I decided it was time to turn it off and swap it back out for the peaceful wish, just so I could have a safe mining trip without getting murdered.
I'm gonna take it with me. I'm wondering how much this sells for to John. 9 grand.
I then made 15 more Billy Can kits, so the production of my jams became quicker.
I will move them.
Heading out to find my long lost dog, as he's been a good boy this whole time while waiting for me to return.
Hello, whistle.
Using my new jam stations into the night, as I knew Jimmy was returning tomorrow, and while I was waiting for even more jams, I started planning my new jam setup.
Thank you.
Then moved everything over.
Okay, and we are in autumn.
Now that it was autumn, I took a bit of a detour from expanding my base to grab some more permit points from unknown bugs.
Bro, imagine trying to find these without the book. Like, that's insane.
Which netted me a haul of 1,000 permit points, and that meant I could finally get the animal handling license upgrade.
Okay. can now get a pleep. Are you off today? Closed Monday. Oh, it's closed today, so I can't sort it out.
Even though Irwin's was closed for the day, it didn't mean I couldn't prep for the Pleep's arrival, so I got to work on crafting an animal den.
So that's for the pleep.
Also getting the silo because the silo automatically places animal food into the feeders for me.
Let's see how it worked. Yeah, they're all in.
And now Irwin's was open, so it was time to get a Pleep.
And about, nope. Pleepy pleep.
Yep, great name as always. Releasing Pleepy Pleep next to her new animal den. I decided to go back and buy another animal feeder, as well as stocking up on animal food. Also placing down a doggo bowl for my lost doggo again. Then crafted an animal shower so Pleepy Pleep and Eileen didn't have to stink.
Dude, you can escape, but I will, like... just do this, because you're the easiest to keep.
I ended up crafting another animal shelter as well because Eileen had been sleeping on the floor for about a year. The next day I got scammed by Jimmy, as I sold 500k worth of bottle brew to him, but I swear Sheila paid 900k for the same amount, selling 200 grand worth of onions as well.
Deposit max. Oh, we didn't get rich.
I then got both the animal processing licenses with my newly acquired permit points.
I think the pen's too big, because they're just not bothered about the food.
Heading out for a little metal detection as I needed to find an old contraption for the harkvac, but my god, it took a long time.
Kill me now, kill me now.
Having to head back after an unsuccessful mission.
Oh my god.
The first batch of tomatoes were done, and the best thing about them is that they grow back every 6 days throughout autumn. I did end up not harvesting them though, as the other half would grow tomorrow, and then I could collect them all together. Also, I wanted to use the harkvac to do it.
Yes, got it.
So I took 2 mil out the bank and got the harkvac commissioned, heading to Irwin's afterwards to get myself a second pleep by the name of...
Macy Moo.
Making an animal den for her as well.
Harkvac.
The harkvac had arrived, and can I just say this is Franklin's best piece of work.
I have a lot of tomatoes.
A total of 715 to be exact, but this was no time to stop, as I used the harkvac on my fruit orchard as well, eventually deciding it was time to expand.
Oh, contraption. That's crazy.
Luckily enough, on day 147, Jimmy had returned again, so I went over and sold all my tomatoes for 400k, and remember, that's every 6 days.
Holy crap. So many fish. Where is this Donny? There he is.
Just for reference, the Donny I was after was the yellow tuna fish.
I've had Chuggy Chug Chug for a year. Where was his anniversary?
Sadly, that was on day 123. I won't ever forget again. Whipping out my harkvac for the coconut harvest.
I forgot it was the Skyfest. What's happening at the Skyfest? Jesus. Breaking off here. Use a kite.
Once I forced my way through the crowd, Granny told me to return around 11, and that was the time everyone would start making their kites. So I sorted out a few things around the farm before returning at 12, getting my kite making kit from Granny and painting it red.
Weird as. But it's cool. We got a kite, people.
Once free hit, the next event started.
Got it.
Each lantern dropped a Skyfest prize ticket, and like John's good anniversary, you can trade them in for prizes.
Come on. Get it!
Also, it was harder than it looks, and if I used a slingshot to take one down, I would have got an achievement, but I was enjoying myself too much to realise. I ended up getting a haul of 20 tickets, so I got myself the searchlight, as it was really the only cool thing on there. Then, at 8 PM, something magical hit.
Oh my god.
Yep, the aurora was in full swing, so I took the opportunity to have a photo shoot again.
Dinkum, how long does it take pleeps to grow up? 12 days for pleeps to grow up. That is crazy and annoying.
Then day 149 was back into the undergrove to get even more iron, also finding another emerald treasure room once again.
Woo, perfect emerald.
The next morning, River left a pretty decent gift in the mail.
A map table. That's actually pretty cool.
And I used yesterday's iron to upgrade 11 of my basic sprinklers to advanced ones. At this point, I thought it was time to be funny and get myself an achievement. So, in preparation, I petted all my animals and headed back to bed before 8 AM.
So let's go to bed before
Yes!
After I pulled the sickie, it was time for another tomato harvest.
Got these bad boys as well. Oh, I forgot what I was meant to be doing. Rhinoceros beetle.
What would also help is going to the correct biome to find it. I then thought, seems I got an achievement yesterday, why don't I just get another one?
Nope. Yeah.
And while doing this, I kinda spotted the Skyfest achievement.
Ah, I screwed up. I should have done that. No.
Heading into the night, critter catching.
But what are you doing all the way out here? Come on.
The reason he was hiding was because he had 2 crocos on his tail, so I swooped in and we fled. I then thought this tool rack looked cool, so I made it.
Like, close this off. Make this area tools.
And I did just that, shifting my fence about before moving my furnace, table saws and storage crates over to the new location, allowing Franklin to have control over the bat signal. I seemed to be doing something right with Kirsten, because now he was laying
Big chicken egg.
and day 155 brought Julia back with the bug catching competition, and now it was time for me to make it 2 for 2. Also, some other good news.
We've got wool.
Yep, Fleepy Pleep had finally grown up and was producing wool, so the airport isn't that far away anymore. I was gonna get round to that later though, as the bug competition had already started. This time I had a new strategy. Because I was able to tell the rarity of each bug due to my bug book, I decided I'd only catch bugs worth 3 points or higher.
15 for a huntsman. Crazy.
Logging my score just in time before the competition closed.
Yes.
Even though John's not competing, so it kind of doesn't feel like a win.
Without my rival, the competition just felt empty, but now I could get round to what I really wanted to do today.
How much wool? Just one. That's fine. Fleepy Pleep is massive though.
I then checked the post the next morning and received my golden trophy from Julia, and placed it down next to my golden fishing one. Then I got another one of my brilliant ideas.
Can we get him? No. Okay.
Also, getting a lovely surprise when I checked out the town debt.
How much is gone? Bro, we've all, for me to stop paying anything, we've almost brought it down by a mil.
I then made some spinning wheels so I could put my wool inside, and started turning it into cloth, deciding it was finally time to get the other materials for the airport deed.
Oh, shoot. That means I'm gonna have to stay up.
On day 157, I ended up changing the peaceful wish back to the dangerous wish, because I still needed Ted Sally to turn up, if he's even a person at this point, and turned my attention into crafting a beehive, eventually setting up camp so I could watch the meteor shower start.
Okay, I stand correct. This could be a photo op.
Seriously?
I needed like the red background. Holy crap, that one's just massive. Is that a meteorite? Oh, that's a meteorite. Bunker. And meteorite chunk.
Standing watch again just in case a second one appeared.
What do I need for this bad boy?
Yeah, there was no use of having the vehicle license level 3 if I wasn't going to use it.
Oh, I've been able to brew bananas this whole time? Oh, I'm an idiot.
There is also something else you could be brewing right now, but I headed out to hunt for old contraptions once again.
Yeah, one.
I then put all the cloth required into the airport, edging ever so closer, ending up in the mines to get some more iron.
The weather report as well. Oh my, another one as well tomorrow night.
For some reason, the game was blessing me with cosmic events one after another. I don't know what's going on, but I'll take it. Then I took 3 mil out the bank as I had everything ready to get my chopper commissioned.
Come on, give me galaxy stuff. More bunker. And a meteor chunk. Boo.
Yeah, that might have been the reason I waited up for them. The game wasn't playing along though.
Helicopter go zoom.
And that's not all.
We've got an airport. Whoa! We got an airport. And we've got ourselves a helicopter.
Not everything went my way though.
Is offering daily trips on Sundays.
With this revelation and having to wait till tomorrow, I decided I would at least connect the airport to the path.
And maybe we'll make like a... I wasn't paying attention.
I then gave my helicopter a lick of paint and got myself a good bird's eye view of Flaming Tapas. Afterwards, I spent 1,000 permit points on getting the waterscaping license.
Fish farm license. Unlocks the recipe for fish ponds used to breed and farm fish. What? Oh. Oh, that's cool.
Which allowed me to start creating something I've been planning to do for a while.
John's shut anyway. So, to the island reef.
All excited, I got to the airport.
Hello, people.
But there was a problem.
250 grand. Okay. I mean, clerk busy. I don't even know where the clerk is.
Yep, the clerk was pulling a river.
Who's the clerk? Sometimes does the clerk show up?
I eventually had to Google why the clerk wasn't there, and I was prompted to just restart the game, and lo and behold, Nancy turned up. So I paid the 250k and headed off to the island reef.
Take a trip to the island reef. Let's go. Oh my golly gosh. Ooh, oh my god, the map's massive.
I then got my helicopter out and started to explore.
What the hell is that?
That is a clothesline, so to be honest, I don't know what it's doing underwater.
What is in this? Green throwing disc. Inflatable pool.
In the water coolers, there was a bunch of beach equipment that people had just left behind, making me wonder why was this place deserted?
Doesn't mean anything. Cool.
It does mean something, because if you destroy it, an alpha shark would turn up. So it's a good thing I didn't work that out yet.
$14 days. I can start making pineapples.
After a while though, I did start to get bored. I was kind of expecting something a bit more. The next day, I set my sights on getting a dirt printer, as I wanted to carry on my plan in the middle of Flaming Tapas.
Yeah, this works. So I'm going to make it go across the whole thing.
The only issue I had with getting the dirt printer was that I was missing 2 opals, as well as a bit more bonkor. So I headed out to track down some opals, but had no luck. Sadly, day 164 was the last tomato harvest, because the next time they would grow, it would have been out of season.
That is horrible to the ear.
But it was a trip back down to the hot as the bonkor wasn't just going to magically appear. The next day was another cosmic event, which gave me one of my many brilliant ideas.
Hit me. Hit me. Nah.
Also, my comment from yesterday is invalid now because some bonkor did magically just appear. And in the morning, Jimmy was back. So I sold 100 of my wattle brew for 1 million, and then sold 1,400 of my tomatoes for 760k, depositing it all into the bank for safekeepings. Deciding to head over to Irwin's to buy Carla Carl's and Gracie Grace because I could.
Bop.
Then I crafted a beach bar to start my own private beach, also adding in some beach chairs and a beach towel.
Oh my god, I've been able to do it the whole time.
I did see somewhere that you could put items on the beach bar, but I was struggling to work out how to do it at this point. And as much as crocos have been a welcomed resident in Flaming Tapas, they are no longer, as I was getting too pissed off with them because of the dangerous wish. So it was time to build a wall.
Did anything? Egg fried rice. Oh, this could be something I can make. Hold up.
Now, I skipped over this, but during the 100 days, I actually did grow some rice, but the roos were being pesky buggers and ate most of them, but not all. On day 168, I ended up tearing down my tomato farms in preparation for winter, and started getting my advanced sprinklers in their correct position. Then I got back to the croco wall.
Dude, and this is why I'm doing it.
Eventually setting out in my helicopter to hunt Ted Sally down, and guess what? He isn't a myth.
Hello, buddy. Oh my god.
Yep, he's taken his sweet time to turn up, but it's not been in vain.
So I can make... Oh my god, Starsy. Hold up. I can make this.
For all my patience and waiting 168 days, I've been able to collect all the items I needed to craft the Star Saber. The only issue was time was against me, as I went to Google and got told that Ted Sally doesn't stay around after late, and I still needed to get 8 iron bars and some more bonkor smelted. So I ran around the island looking for iron, which in the end took up too much time, because I missed the deadline.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a test to see if he's still around. If he's still around, I'll stay and just get it done now. He's still here. We stay.
And thank God I did that test, because Google AI had lied to me. So I pulled out 2 mil from the bank and waited for my bonkor to finish, before getting the Star Saber crafted.
Oh my god. Oh, let's not overexert myself there.
Woo! And in the morning, tested it out straight away.
Star Saber. So come on, Croco. Do your worst. Ha! 3 hits. 4 hits, I mean.
Woo! Also, now it was winter, I needed a new winter crop.
Carrots.
buying around 400 and getting them into the farm, and that wasn't even enough to cover the whole thing.
Yeah, look at all that.
I also had an abundance of grass seeds, and seems I didn't want them, I placed them down into the animal farm, also seeing how the tropical grass seeds would look as well.
Here's how it looks going down here.
Then I planted some fern seeds and bushes to make the pathway look a little bit nicer. I was also in the process of grinding all my shiny stones, as there was a 1% chance of an opal turning up, and that would allow me to get the dirt printer, but it was back to the wall after that.
There's definitely gaps that could be added in. Oh, look at that! Straight away.
Nice, now one more to go.
Yes, we got the opal.
Oh, that was quicker than expected. So I got everything I needed ready to craft the dirt printer.
Thank you.
Then back to the wall once more.
Oh, I love to see it, Star Saber.
The only bad thing I can say about the dirt printer is that it has terrible durability, as it runs out quite quickly, so you've got to keep charging it.
What the hell?
And once it was charged, I removed the test waterfall and started to plan out my masterpiece. Now we're getting onto my waterfall arc, where I basically spend a good chunk of each day getting the waterfall done, so we're gonna speed things up a bit. Regarding the waterfall though, I got the base pillar complete and started working out towards the rental houses, and while I waited for the dirt printer to charge, I decided it would be fun to test my Star Saber out on an Alpha Bush Devil.
That was pretty simple.
Afterwards, I ended up going around destroying a bunch of snowballs for some reason.
Ice sculpting table.
The next day, I got the ice sculpting table placed down. I did check it out, but I didn't really want anything from it. The next morning, my carrots were done, so I stored all 1,200 away for when Jimmy turns up next.
I think my issue is it needs to be brought out more.
Also planting a bunch of palm trees around town. Then it was back to the island reef when it was Sunday, because I wanted to get more tropical plants and beach gear. I did also hunt for treasure, but that didn't really go down so well. Heading back before rain shut so I could get more carrots into the farm. Then day 177 was back to the waterfall, adding in some tropical plants.
Wait.
And while waiting for my dirt printer to charge, I started decorating the bandstand island. Then on day 179, Sheila was paying top dink for cooked croco, so it was time to have a barbecue.
You know what? I've actually started to love the layout of how we've done it.
Heading out for a bit of pearl hunting. Day 180 was just pure waterfall building, while grinding my shiny rocks. I did also get the fish pond license, but the requirements for the fish pond were just way too much to deal with.
Holy crap.
I basically didn't want to hand over my golden trophy.
Oh, it's coming along, it looks cool.
Now, you may be wondering, why have I skipped day 181?
I've been recording. Oh, the pain.
Yeah, YouTubing 101. So, to run through yesterday and today, all I did was harvest my carrots, putting us up to 2,800 in total, and planted the next batch into the farm. Other than that, I was just working on the waterfall. But if you're sick of waterfalls, this might cheer you up.
No! No! I pressed one more. Oh, no.
Yep, I made the stupid mistake of overusing my dirt printer, but at least now I know you could break chargeable tools as well. It's time to have a lap around though to admire its beauty. On day 184, I made 21 more Billy Can kits just to complete the jam setup. And on day 185, I hunted for more crocos as Sheila was paying top dink again. I also made her a Pavola because I actually had the ingredients to do a quest for once. On day 186, I got the repair table commissioned as my Star Saber was nearing its breaking point, and I really couldn't let that happen.
So, game plan, right? Is to make this a little pond area.
Yeah, at this point I didn't know what else I should be doing other than decorating the town.
Why is everyone here? Guys, what's going on?
Repairing my tools the next morning because the repair table had arrived.
Woo!
Day 188 was another carrot harvest, and we now had more than just a few.
We've got 4,542 carrots. So, Jesus.
On day 189, Sheila wanted a damper, and for the damper, all I needed was milk and flour. I already had the flour, so it was time to milk Eileen for the first time.
High quality milk.
So I made the damper and gave it to Sheila, and finally, she wanted to move in. But that meant I needed to pay up for the airport deed.
Do I have it out here? And have another beach
getting the tuck shop placed down and taking a look at what materials I needed. I could easily do it, but sadly I needed a few more days to get the brews going. What I found cool was that you could actually get jelly brew. On day 190, the fishing competition was back, but to be honest I wasn't really that bothered this time, so I continued my focus on the tuck shop. Now, out of all of the 191 days so far, there has been something I haven't really done much of.
And glide up.
Woo! Yeah, I hadn't really raided all the eggs properly before, and they've been sitting here since spring.
Holy crap, there's so many eggs. Hey, you just trampled over one of your own.
I now have a complaint about the helicopter as well. Storage issues.
You know what? Screw this egg.
Heading to John and selling them all for around 150k. Then, the next day my jelly brews were done, but I was still waiting on one more bottle brew. So I headed into the deep mine to grab some rubies, finding myself some glowing mushrooms as well and put them into my waterfall. On day 193, I finally got the tuck shop ready for construction, heading into the undergrowth this time to find some glow button plants.
You can place them in the beds.
I was creating my own issues by doing this.
My game does not like this pond. Is it all the lights?
Yeah, my PC was starting to die due to so many glow buttons, so I decided I may have to reduce the numbers of them down. Then on day 194, I made a second path that connected to the tuck shop, and finally had enough opals again to get another dirt printer.
Let's have a look at the tucker box.
It seems the deed had the wrong name because it was actually called the Tucker Box, and at night, villagers would gather here to get wasted. A thing Sheila does have though that isn't food is the food modeler. And remember my beach bar? To put stuff on it, I needed to model the food first.
Huh.
So I put drinks worthy of being on a beach bar, getting back to work on expanding my garden. Then the next morning, I was finally able to get the dopamine hit I've been so waiting for.
So let's water all my water brew. 1.2 mil. It's these. 3.6. Nice, nice, nice.
Yep, we now pretty much have 5 mil, which is insane. Then, with it being the last Sunday before the end of the 200 days, I decided it was time to head back to the island reef.
Time to take all 5 million to kill the alpha shark. Assert dominance, you know. I can lose this much money. It doesn't matter to me.
So I stocked myself up with my best food and bought my ticket, setting off to the island reef.
We eat once we spot our target.
Heading out in the fog to hunt for a destroyed shipwreck.
Is that what I think it is? Oh, what a spot.
All those carrots must have given me amazing vision, but I headed back to drop it off, so it wouldn't accidentally fall off.
Found one.
While looking for the alpha shark, I was also looking for shark statues, and if I gave it 5 keys, I would get a treasure map.
I have got 4 treasure maps.
The maps marked an X on my map, and then I had to metal detect on the island it took me to.
Open. Diving helmet, diving helmet. Sprinkler, sprinkler. Boo.
Sadly, all 4 treasure chests turned out to be duds, and I got nothing of value from them.
What a crappy chest.
So it was back to searching. Oh, I did also get an ice cream maker though. And I searched, and I searched, and I searched, but I just couldn't find this shipwreck anywhere.
What the hell is that noise? What the hell happens at the island reef after midnight?
In the end, I had to give up the search, deciding to see what would happen after midnight.
Ooh. Okay.
In the morning, to get my fix of actually fighting an alpha animal, I went out to hunt for an alpha croco, and stumbled across some cannibalism.
He's an alpha croco. Bro's fighting him for his, alphaness. Get involved. Oh, they're both down. Oh, he's coming for me. Dude's angry. Big attack. Bro. What? Well, that was easy as hell.
Well, yeah, he was weakened.
Right. Plane. What do I need?
Yep, to end the 200 days, I wanted to finish on a high, so I got to work on getting the plane commissioned, heading out to search for some old contraptions today and Boncor the next day. Then I spent the rest of day 199 just expanding my garden, grabbing my plane out the mail in the next morning.
Brooklyn. Plane. Oh my god.
And went to take a nice flight around Flaming Tapas one last time.
Let's have a look around. Go my orchard. Billy Can kits. Orchards. Coconut orchard. Animal farm. Ah. In progress. Last beach.
Renters. I'm happy with what I've done. I think I've done well. And that's how I play 200 Days of Dinkum. What's the cold buff? Fire resistant! Oh, what? Get me! Oh my god. What? I've been lied to.